Hello everyone and welcome to my art channel and happy new year of 2018. I'm finally back with another video, and for today we will be doing an oil painting on paper. So this is the very first time that I'm trying out oil on paper, and I must say I love it so much. I never thought I would enjoy painting oil on paper so incredibly much. I just feel like the feeling is so fitting for my style. It's very easy to use and it just feels so much quicker to paint on paper, and I can get the details as much as I could onto the very first layer. Now, as you can see in this painting process, I do use the alla prima technique. I have been practicing that recently, and so far I am having so much fun with this technique, and it definitely helps me to speed up my painting process. And I just never thought that I could finish this, portrait study within just one sitting. So I finished this painting in around 3.5 hours, and I must say that might as well be the quickest oil painting I've ever done. But of course, this is a study. This is not in any way the level of details that I would call it a complex finish painting. If this would be a real painting, this is a real painting, but what I wanted to say is that if this would be a serious, complex kind of painting with a lot of details and complex composition or concept on it, I will definitely spend more time on this. I might as well add another 1 or 2 more layers for it to add more details and glazing and whatnot. But for this one, this is just a study. I just want to know what it feels like to paint on paper. And yeah, like I said, I am so in love with this. So I will definitely be doing more oil paintings on paper. But of course, I will be using a much better paper. So the paper that I am using here is just an ordinary cheap sketchbook paper. It's pretty thick though, but it's not in any way like expensive or archival kind of paper. And in fact, I do know that paper is not really an archival way to paint with oils, because paper tend to change its color over time. So if you want to paint something that could last for a long time, then I will definitely recommend you to paint on canvas or wooden panels. So I do know that quite a lot of artists have been painting on paper, and I know this project that I saw on Instagram some years ago called the Moleskine project, as I remember it. And this is like a project where many artists would submit their originals painting that is created on moleskin paper, which is very thin, but it's super ultra smooth to work on. And I think sometime I will actually be doing an oil painting on moleskin paper, and let's see how it goes. But the reason why I was so motivated to finally try this out was because of Liuba Bruckner. So I bet that a lot of you know who she is, but if you don't, then she is a German traditional artist. She has her own YouTube channel. You should definitely check her out. She creates such beautiful, amazing paintings. She mainly works with oil, but she also does watercolor and other mixed media paintings. And recently, she has been trying to paint with oils on paper, and I saw that it looks so smooth and it looks so beautiful, and I thought that, hey, if you can actually really work to paint, use oil and paint it on paper, then why not to give it a try? If you have been following my channel for quite some time, some few months ago, I actually posted a video of an oil painting for anatomy study that I did on a canvas paper. If you haven't checked that out, that you can check that on my channel. And for that video, I did use a canvas paper, but that paper was made specifically for oil. So it is paper that is made for oil painting, and it's called Figueras from Canson. So that paper is already gesso, and it has a texture similar to that of a canvas. But instead with this one, if you do want to paint on normal paper, then of course it will be very smooth and you have to gesso it yourself. If your paper is tinted, if it's like not completely white and you want to have a pure white background, then of course you have to gesso it using a white gesso. But with this one, the painting that I'm doing right now, I already have such a white colored paper, so I don't use a white gesso. Instead, I just use a clear gesso from Liquitex. So far, I would just say that what I love about painting on paper is that it's just so much easier to put in all the colors and the details as much as you can, even on the first layer, especially when you are using the alla prima technique. But on canvas, sometimes the paint would build up and it would just get really thick, and you cannot add in any more colors or details unless you blur everything out and make the colors look muddy. But somehow that is not the case with paper. Somehow you can still add in more colors and details, and every bit of that will still look visible enough, and that's what I really love about painting on paper. So that plus the alla prima technique, I just feel like it can definitely make my painting process much quicker to finish, and I just love it. I love the feeling of how it's so smooth, but the paper will still show you the texture of the brush strokes, which give you that, natural painterly look to it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope that you enjoy it and maybe you're inspired to try out oil painting on paper or any other surfaces that you want to try, but I suggest you to gesso it first. So I will see you soon with more videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And for links to my social media, all of that is in the description down below. For more notification whenever I upload a video, you can just turn on the notification button.